Hey guys, it's Brian English coming back at you with another PS5 trophies guide. We are doing The Last of Us Part 2. This is Seattle Day 1. I hope you guys are comfortable because we have 83 collectibles we are going to find. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's get rolling here. So Ellie and Dina are going to be riding here in the beginning of Seattle Day 1, and they're going to kind of head towards the gate. On your way, you're going to find an old bus station. Inside the bus station here is going to be a trading card on the wall. Go ahead and collect that. Get back on your horse, and then you're going to make your way down to a road. Oh, we got the starter set trophy. We're going to make our way down the road. I get so excited by trophies. We're going to make our way down the road. You're going to see a building to the left. We're going to go inside of here. So just keep following Interstate 5 or whatever that road that is there until you get to the first building on the left-hand side. In here are going to be two collectibles. There's going to be a trading card right here on the wall on the bulletin board. And then we are going to go into the next room and we are going to find a map in the right drawer. Now this map, if you don't get this location here, it'll appear in other locations. So you might as well just get it here. Okay, of course the maps are considered artifacts in this day of age, as well as any post-it note written by anyone in the history of mankind. So here is journal entry, the fourth collectible. This is going to be when you get to the next section, you're going to see this gate. You need to walk up to this gate so you can hit the triangle button and start writing into your journal. Now there are going to be two other collectibles in this immediate area. They're both going to be artifacts. First one's going to be inside this building here, the closest one to you. There's only two buildings here, and they're basically copy-paste of each other. But in here is going to be the artifact. Now, there's also another copy of the map, but if you already got it, but otherwise it would be behind me, closest to the door. All right, so now, as I mentioned, these things are kind of copy-pasted. So we're going to go into the other one that looks identical, and the collectible is going to be in the exact same spot. Nice job, Naughty Dog. But at least the collectible is different. You got the stages of infection. Kind of neat. All right, so you're going to make your way up and then over a wall. You're going to come into this area here, and you're going to take a ladder down. But before you do, there's actually a ladder. It's kind of in the dark here, right as you enter through the doorway. It's just to the left. We're going to go up to the top here, and we're going to find a trading card. And we will also find a artifact as well. It's going to be just to my right. Okay, so now moving on, we just crawled all the way back down to the ground level, and we got another couple buildings here, one on each side of the fence. Now we're going to enter the one on the left side of the fence, which is the only way you can go because you have to power open the door. Inside this chest, this drawer is going to be a piece of paper, an artifact with a whole bunch of numbers. You need that. It's very important to open the gates later. All right, so you're going to get this the electrical cord. You're supposed to plug it into the first gate and then throw it over the fence. But before you throw it over the fence and then plug it in ultimately on the other side, throw it across the top of this building and then go over to the other side and then hit the X button and then rappel yourself up to the top. And there are going to be two collectibles here, a trading card and, of course, a artifact. And those are going to be the last two collectibles in the first subchapter. This is the chapter Seattle Day 1. The subchapter is the gate. There were 11 collectibles in total. So now we are going to move on to downtown, for which there are 29 collectibles. This is kind of the open world area of the game. So first thing we're going to do is go into this downtown checkpoint shack here, open up the drawer. We're going to pull out an artifact. Okay, so remember that map we got earlier? Well, now we're going to use it for the open world area. You can see I'm in Interstate 5. There's that question mark. I'm the black dot with the white circle pointing in the direction I'm facing. So at the northern end of the interstate, which is pretty much gone, you're going to see this fascist truck. We're going to go into the back. You have to open up the back. And a cool little scene there for you. But inside of there is going to be an artifact. Speaking of artifacts, you can see I am actually basically right above my previous location. You can see the truck down there that I was just in. I'm at the top here. We're going to find a little satchel over here. There we go. We're going to open this thing up, and inside of it is going to be the artifact. speaking of artifacts, we are now the next block over. So we're between 5th and 6th Avenue, between just south of Spring Street. This is part of the story section. You're going to eventually have to grab a rope in that elevator, and I think you're going to go down, but we're going to go past that first and head to the corner. In this corner is going to be an artifact. Now, there are a whole bunch of other things here that we're going to get before we go into that elevator and carry on with our objective. First thing we're going to do, we can't open that door here to the right, but we can break the glass and then jump in. And here we're going to get a training manual. The training manuals are upgrades for the player. However, they don't actually count as a numbered collectible on the main menu screen. But there is a training manual, so you'll be able to upgrade new branches. All right, you see there's a safe there. We're going to ignore it for now. We're going to head straight back where the dry erase board is. There's going to be a body on the floor. Right in front of that body is an artifact. I'm going to pick that up. Now, you're going to see there's a number on the dry erase board. It starts 860722. That is actually going to be the combination for the safe. But first, there is a second artifact. So one to the left and one to the right of the dry erase board. Make sure you get both of those on this side of the room. Make sure you write down the number, because we're going to take that over to the safe. Of course, make sure you have the training manual as well. I don't know why I'm opening. I'm just wasting you all's time. So we're going to go ahead and pop in this combination. I also want to take this moment in time and say, Seattle, I'm a little worried about you guys. My favorite Seattle game has got to be Infamous Second Son. It was a whole lot of fun. Seattle looked much more beautiful in that game than it does here. All right, so I am in that same block. I am on the top left corner of that block. I'm actually going to go across the street into a restaurant. So that's where we exited from the garage. That was story path. We're going to head over to the coffee shop here. We are going to break in. You can shoot it or break it open or whatever, but there's going to be a document, an artifact here on the counter. There is also going to be a trading card in this same room. Now, we're not going to leave the building just yet. We're going to circle around to the back rooms. Go take a look at Big Blue there. So circle around into the back room. And remember to put my flashlight on, guys. And then we're going to go ahead and open this. And we're going to find a key hanging, well, not hanging, but it's going to be right in front of us. And it looks like the diaper changing station. You got a key. It is to a pet store. We will just hold on to that key for now, but it is an artifact in of itself, but it is required for another collectible later on. So here's gate, the second, one of the gates. This is the West Gate 2. And inside of here is going to be another safe. This one has a little sign on it that says use gate code. Well, you got to take out that artifact that we got earlier with all the gate codes on it, find out which gate code number is West 2, which happens to be 0451. So we're going to open that up and pick this thing clean. A whole bunch of stuff there, supplements and whatnot. But most importantly, there's a trading card down there. So make sure you pick up that trading card as you're cleaning out that. And I'm not sure why you would open the safe and not take everything out of it, but make sure you do. All right, so now I'm on Madison Street between 5th Avenue and 6th Avenue, right on the main road, or whatever road is left. And I'm going to go up these stairs. Now, this is because this is an open world area. You can actually go and get these in whatever order you want. There is no linear way to navigate this entire downtown area. However, there is a trophy for visiting every location in Seattle. Although, if you're following this collectible guide, I believe you'll get that automatically. All right, so there was our next location, just around the corner. Now, I'm up on this pedestrian bridge. And then the center here is going to be 2 collectibles. You're not going to see the second one right away, but the first one is just this really beautiful drawing. Another Day in Paradise is titled. And then the second one is going to be a journal entry. And this one's actually pretty funny. This is, you know what? Just open your journal and then read it. I won't spoil it. I think it's actually kind of funny and cute in some sort of way. All right, so I'm going to continue going across this bridge. You see this tent to the left. We're going to enter it. There's some other stuff in there, but then make your way to the workbench because you got to find all the workbenches as well as open all the safes and get all the training manuals. Basically, I have to 100% the game. All right, so next up, we got another trading card. So I'm going to go across that pedestrian bridge again, go back the way I came, at least for me. And then I'm going to go into the music store. There's going to be a trading card on the first floor. There is an absolutely wonderful, one of my favorite moments in video games in the room just to the right that I just passed. Just wanted to throw it out there. It was a real aha moment for me. On the first floor here, though, is a trading card. We're going to go ahead and pick that up. This is Das Wort trading card. All right, so you can see my spot in the map. I'm between 5th and 6th Avenue again, and Madison and Marion. All right, with that pet shop key, go ahead through this door. We are going to find an artifact just to the left as we enter it here. Now, there's also going to be another upgrade that we're going to get. It's going to be the small gun holster, so you can carry 2 different pistols, for example. But there is the artifact. Now I'm going to show you the short gun holster. Again, it's not technically a numbered collectible. I'm just going to look at this board here because, you know, why not? It's a map. And then I'm going to go in here, and this is where you're going to get the short gun holster.
Way more successful than the Fireflies ever were.
All right, so I am just south of Marion Street now on the next block south. Very close to where we just were. You're going to see this destroyed building. You still yet somehow have to get all the way up to the very top, even though there's very little building left. But we're going to get all the way up to the top. We're going to have to break through a window, kind of go outside. Just do a little platforming puzzle. It's not that difficult. And now we're just going to climb and make our way up to the very top.
Hello.
And there she is, the trading card. All right, we're going to have an artifact in the synagogue. This is actually the domed building just west of my previous location. You can see it across the street. So after you get the gas, you're going to climb all the way up here. And in the corner of this table is going to be an artifact. Now, after you get that, grab the rope and then swing off to the other side. We are not going to go out the window just yet. We are going to find an artifact that's going to be inside this office here. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the sequence of events here, but I'm going to pick up this artifact, and I'm also going to trigger a journal entry. Maybe the fact that Dina's in the room triggered it, or I'm not entirely sure what triggered it, but it's going to pop here in a second. It's nothing to do with the calendar, by the way. So I got a journal entry and a artifact there. Speaking of artifacts, artifacts are going to be the next thing we get. And you can see we are way down south between 5th and 6th Avenue. About as far south as you can go. This is going to be a bank. And this is actually a fun little kind of side story about what happened on the infection day, on the outbreak day, which you'll get through the literature that you're picking up here. But we're going to go ahead and pick up this artifact, and on the top corner is going to be a vault safe key or password or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and dial this in. So we're going to go over to that vault. It's a very big one. That's 60, 23, and 07 is the combination to this. We're going to open it up very slowly because you got to imagine this thing weighs a ton, maybe. I don't know. It's one of the biggest vault doors I've seen. All right, so now that's open. That is number 24 out of 29 here. But inside this room is the shotgun. I'm not entirely sure if this would appear later on in the game if you missed it here. Very well could be. But there it is. You do need to get all the weapons, so. Number 25 is an artifact that's also in this room. And we're actually going to pop a trophy here, guys. Spoilers. So there's the artifact that's very close. Now here's where you're going to get the engraved ring. This is one of the special artifacts. This will earn you the So Great and Small trophy. Of course, that's the ring from, Drake's ring from Uncharted 3, not the Sir Francis Drake ring, not Nathan Drake. I believe. Or maybe it was Uncharted. No, it was Uncharted. I'm pretty sure it was Uncharted 3. But anyways, there's the trophy. You get that trophy just for that one item. One of the few trophies are actually going to pop in the game. All right, so now we're between Columbia and Cherry Street, one block over to the west. You're going to see there's a tank here. You can actually climb up to the top of it, open the hatch. I think there's some rounds or something in there. But head straight behind it, and you're going to see another satchel. We're going to open this thing up and pick out the artifact out of it. We are one step away from toilet paper being an artifact, I'm telling you. All right, speaking of artifacts, number 28, we are way on the other side now. We are near the Wolf building, so I've already returned all the way back, and now I've taken the north gate, or whatever gate it was, and then we're in this new section. So I'm in this building here, and we're going to make our way all the way up. Actually, not all the way up to this, just to the second floor here. I'm going to go in through this room to get to the other. And there's going to be 2 collectibles here, the final 2 collectibles in downtown. Artifact right here, and I'm going to turn around and pick up a trading card on the other side of the room. All right, so that'll do it. We're going to head over to Eastbrook Elementary. And inside of here, when you start, if you watch the cutscene, you actually take 2 items, Leah's photograph and Leah's note. That is the first 2 pieces of artifacts. For some reason, that counts. All right, next up, we're going to go across the roof. You're going to see a bunch of solar panels come inside of this room here. You're going to see the document next to a radio, which I believe you have to. It's going to be really hard for you to miss that one. All right, so now we're going to jump across into this apartment. Now, there's an alternate path. You have to go left, but there's an alternate path if you jump over the sofa on the right, blocking the path, and then come to the bedroom, and inside of there is going to be the trading card. So this is kind of like a deviant path. And then eventually you're going to drop down onto an old hot tub. Now we're going to have a whole bunch of stuff here. This is Capitol Hill. So we got a whole 16 of them here total. So we're going to go just basically across the street. There's a building here. It's going to be marked number 3. And we're going to go inside of here. We're going to find a drawer right in front of us. A bunch of other goodies in this house as well, but nothing as important as that collectible. Next up, we got another artifact. So we're going to just turn around and go through this little hallway here. We are looking for a building. I think this is address number 6. So we're going to go inside of here, but we'll have to actually go upstairs for this artifact. Just take it all the way to the end, and you'll find it right there on the bed. Naughty Dog puts a lot of collectibles on top of beds. All right, so we got another trading card. This is still in Capitol Hill. This is the Capitol Hill, kind of like the motel area. There's a collectible in the room here. Oh, there's a tree in my way. There's a collectible here in the room just to the left, but the door is locked, so we're going to go in the room just next to it. Room number 4, go out the window to jump back into room number 3. All right, so we're going to get a piece of equipment here. This is the trap mine. You're going to have to use this dumpster. This is just next door to the hotel. You'll see that dumpster. You have to move it over to another wall, but if you jump into the house nearest by, up to the second floor, follow it around on this bed with the red sheets, you will find the trap mine as well as some weapon parts next to it. Leave that room, head back to the kitchen. I actually walked right past this on the way to the back bedroom, but on the way in or way out, make sure you pick up the note inside of the kitchen. All right, so I'm going to leave, head over towards the gas station now. You might see a patrol of humans nearby. There's one here. I had to take care of that dude real quick. I thought I had killed them all. All right, so we're going to go inside the garage. I'm going to do a diving prone and quick stand up. It's a neat, nifty little move to get underneath anything you have to crawl under. But that is also where the workbench is. All right, so across the street, we're going to have a bookstore. Inside this bookstore is going to be the coffee house. There's a few things here. First is a training manual. Again, training manuals are not counted, numbered in the list on the main menu, unfortunately. But that is the training manual, so you'll be able to, I think this is going to give you better stealth. Yeah. New upgrade branch for stealth. All right, so also in this room is our 4th collectible here in Capitol Hill. This is an artifact. It's right next to the sink. And then finally, if you take this room here with the red exit sign above it, and you'll come in, you'll see a book is going to be wedged in between the pages. You may have come into this building from that way, just in case you get turned around. All right, so next up, I'm heading a little south there from that previous location. There's a basketball court over there. And then here is a building you can drop into. You can also just walk in through the front of the store or side of the store. I'm choosing to drop down from a higher elevation. Inside the locker is going to be the trading card. All right, after you've made your way through that entire section, you're going to now make your way to a new one. You're going to see a bunch of trip wires on the ground in front of you. I believe the game will actually alert you if it's the first time you'll see them in the game. Inside the liquor store, however, just next to it, adjacent to it, is going to be a trading card. It's going to be in the back corner next to the ATM machine. All right, so now we're going to go travel through that checkpoint there where the trip mines were at. There's actually going to be a whole bunch more coming up. But as soon as you enter this next area, before you slide down the hill, climb up this ladder. Once you get to the top of this ladder, you're going to find an artifact. All right, so after you've now slid down, say I was way up there, now I slid down, I'm going to head further back this way. You're going to eventually, you see the mural on the stone wall way out in the back there? Head towards there next, and then to the path just around to the right of it. That's kind of where you're heading next. But inside this truck on the way to that mural is going to be the artifact. I actually don't think you have to go to the mural. It's just visually it's right there for you. All right, so moving on, we're going to head a little further. You see a martial arts store here? This is before we get to the TV station, kind of the final section before we go there. Inside the martial arts building in the back wall on the corkboard here is going to be the document. Now there's also a workbench, just look to your left. Be very, very careful of the trip mines that are here. However, there are a whole bunch of bottles and bricks that you're going to be able to use to disarm all those traps. All right, so next up, I'm going to go across the street into this door here. There's going to be a trading card right on the shelf next to what looks like to be a maybe children's book. I don't know. All right, so while we got that, we're going to go here. There's going to be 3 doors in this room, plus a corkboard. On that board is going to be the artifact. This artifact is a clue to combination to a safe. This safe is opened by a phone number. However, that note didn't have all the digits. However, if you look in the bathroom, you'll see all the a little on the nose with the humor there. But we're going to go ahead and type in this code. 550133 is the combination. Crack that son of a gun open. There's no other collectibles in there. We're going to move on now to channel 13. There's only 2 collectibles here. So once you made your way all the way up, you're climbing up on the side of the building there. You're going to come inside. All the way back office is going to be the trading card. I am now going to go up a flight of stairs. There's going to be another office to the left corner. On the couch, on the sofa in this room is going to be the artifact. And now, the tunnels. The tunnels has 10 collectibles. I apologize, it's very dark and YouTube is not going to do you any favors. But eventually you're going to get to this train car. Dina's going to wait for you to squeeze through the opening to leave this train car. You don't want to do that just yet. Head straight back and make sure you get the Jules note. So we jumped out of that train car. We're going to head down this tunnel here. It's very, very dark. But you see the red light coming from this room here? Don't go into that room yet. You will in a moment. Head past it, and there's a very hard to find trading card down over here. Even looking right at them, it's kind of hard. Unless you're using accessibility options to kind of cheat your way to finding the collectibles, and I do not recommend you do that. It kind of ruins the immersion of the game. You're better off with this. All right, so you're going to climb up here, and then you're supposed to grab a rope and throw it over the pipe and then kind of climb up and swing over. Before you do any of that, go into the side room. Apologize, I didn't put the light on. There we go. Speaking of lights. And that is the workbench. So now we're going to go continue on, and you're going to meet a totally new type of infected called the Shambler. And you're going to find a journal entry on one of the 2 that you initially meet up with. So make sure you get that. And then next up, you're going to be on your way from maintenance, and then you're going to keep moving on into this room. We're going to have to kind of go over the desk through a little hole in the fence to circle and loop back around. It should be fairly obvious when you're playing this game. You'll see the item there, and instantly you'll know exactly what you have to do. Don't worry. While you may not have time to take a break because we're so close to the end of this chapter, we are heading into the break room, and there are actually 3 artifacts here. And there's actually a locked door that you got to type in a code. It's not considered a safe, but it is a locked door. I'll show you how to get it. But that was the first artifact. There's a second one over here. This is actually the first one that actually looks like a traditional artifact, at least in today's world.
Hey.
And then the final artifact is actually going to be a can in the vending machine. You have to break it open in order to reach in and grab it. It's actually much closer to the first collectible in the room. All right, so those are the 3 artifacts. If you wanted to go and type in the door code because maybe you want some more materials or something, I believe the code is, I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, 152 through 43. 15243.
Yes. How'd you do that?
All right, no other collectibles for you in this room, but there are some materials if you want them. All right, so moving on, you're going to be following Dina. You're going to come here. You're going to be enclosed by a bunch of train cars around you, and you're going to see some water or puddle on the ground. You can actually crawl underneath one of the train cars over here, and you need to do that to get up into it, and we're going to find a trading card in here. All right, so the final artifact here in the tunnels is going to be up this way. You're going to climb. This is kind of on your way out. Before you go through that next door, just to your right. You'll walk right past it if you're not careful, but you can just touch and reach out and touch it as well as you're passing it. All right, so we are in the theater. There are 6 collectibles here. So kind of in the beginning on the ground floor in the main area, in the back left corner is going to be an artifact. There's also going to be a trading card about 15 feet away to my right. So I'm going to hop over. Here, you see this display case on the right? We're going to break this son of a gun open, look straight down, and we're going to find the trading card. All right, so from that main lobby area, we're now going to proceed upstairs. You're going to see a bar to your right. You're going to see the balcony there to the left, but instead we're going to head straight back and curve around until we find a trading card. With that in hand, you can now head back. You'll see again the bar on the left, and we are going to go out the exit here to the right, overlooking the main lobby. On this little round table is an artifact. Pick that up. Now that you have that, we're going to actually go up yet another small set of stairs. In the room on the left is going to be a radio. You don't have to go in here first, but you will have to go in here. So make sure you pick that thing up. And then finally, the last one in the theater area is going to be at the very front of the stage. Climb up it, and it'll be right here on the box. It is now time to go do the birthday gift. This is a really special chapter.
So dumb.
I'll try not to spoil anything, but it is a flashback chapter. It flashes back to 3 years ago. Also worth noting, you do have a whole new journal because you're a younger version of you. So make sure you open your journal and check it out. Then you're going to get to the dinosaur. A really cool little surprise. By the way, go back to the start of this clip. I framed that very, very well.
Lizards.
But there is a journal entry you can collect from there. And then you're going to get inside the actual museum, find the Triceratops there to the right. You can see a bench in front of us. On the corner of it's going to be the trading card. So we're going to head to a new section where the space stuff is at. You can see some a circular section of benches in front of us. That is where you're going to get your next journal entry. And then we only have 2 more left in this exceptionally long chapter. All right, so we're in actually a different museum now, the Natural History Museum. You're going to see the big moose getting attacked by a pack of wolves. That's not your interest. What you're looking for is the trading card to the right of that. So don't be distracted by the big gigantic moose. All right, so you're going to enter this room here. It's very dark, and you're going to have 2 little exit points, one here and one over here to the right. Doesn't matter which way you go, but the one on the right will lead you right into the final collectible of Seattle Day 1, which means we have Seattle Day 2 next.